Hey everyone. So I've had my PlayStation 5 for more than 2 years and I pretty much use it for gaming all the time. But you know what? I have never really cleaned it properly in all that time. In this video I want to walk you through the whole process step by step. I'll show you exactly what you need and how to do it without risking your warranty. So let's dive in and see what we can do. First off, we are gonna need a few basic tools that you likely have lying around at your home. Grab any brush you have, like a regular old line brush. You will also need either plastic spatula or tweezers, rounded or straight, and a screwdriver or a Torx Star 8-bit. I'm using a set from Ninja with different bits, but any will do. Also get a small cloth for wiping off dust and preferably a vacuum cleaner. I'm using a little portable one from Basus with an air-blown mode. Now let's jump into the disassembly. First thing we need is to remove the stand of wood from the game console. Use a plastic spatula or any coin to unscrew the bolt. Avoid metal screwdrivers, please. Next, remove the plate on the disk drive side. Lift the upper right edge a bit and it should come off easily. The console is held by guide, fasteners and some clips, so don't worry about taking off the cover. There's already a bunch of dust. Remove the second panel on the other side by lifting the left side of the logo cover. It comes off easily. There's a bit of dust on this side too. Now let's deal with the dust. Remove the decorative ventilation and give it a wash under water some later. Just be gentle to avoid any cracks. This is held by several plastic clips. Unscrew the 4 fine screws and remember they are different sizes, so keep them separate. When removing the fan, use a vacuum cleaner to get rid of the top layer of dust. Now use a plastic nozzle or cap to remove the protective plate covering the loop we need to disconnect. It's held by double-sided tape. Carefully open the cap with a plastic spatula. Pry up the plastic and it pops off easily. Pull out the wire and take out the fan. As you can see, there's quite a bit of dust after 2 years, but we are gonna clean it up. Now use the vacuum cleaner on all the dusty spots, especially near the heatsinks, case walls and the main board. Be gentle, especially around the rail, ports, radiation and the board. Next up, take a brush and tackle the fan. Any handy brush will do the trick. Make sure to remove all those clumps of dust between the blades. Get rid of all the dirty through. All you can see there is quite a bit of dust, even some big chunks. Remove them to make things easy. Use the same brush on the inner part of the case, getting rid of all dust from the walls and the radiator. Repeat the process step by step using a soft brush to prevent any damages. No need to push everything out after vacuuming. If you don't have a vacuum cleaner for blowing out dust, use a lot of air and blow hard with your mouse. Try to reach all the places where you can see the dust. As you can see, the result is already much better. There's way less dust. But for the maximum effect, we need to blow everything out with a stream of air. Also, there are two large air holes on the other side of PS5 case, and they are perfect for blowing out dust. My portable vacuum cleaner has a special nozzle for blowing air. Move the vacuum cleaner over all the holes and hold it for a few seconds to remove as much dirt as possible. Dust will automatically fly out of all these crevices. Next, blow out any remaining debris from the fan, ensuring nothing is left between the blades. Now it's time to clean the decorative grill. Wash it thoroughly under running water, head to the bathroom and clean out two grates. Make sure to dry them well so that no water droplets can enter our console. Assuming everything is fine, clean and dry, let's put everything back together. Take the fan. It has two guides that you can't miss. Insert our wire and connect it to the board. Now put the protective sticker back to place. After gluing it back on, go over the contour to ensure it presses down a little better. As you can see, we have 4 bolts, 2 are the same and 2 are different in length. Reattach the decorative one, use the 2 screws that are the same for the right side, placing them up and down. In the upper left corner, use the longer screw with the coarser thread. In the lower left corner, use the smaller screw. Now insert the decorative backward. It has guides at the ends. First, slide them into the console housing. Then press them down so that everything snaps into the grooves. Repeat that process for the other side. Next, put the side panel back on. Start with the cover where the lower is. With the guides, you can put the covers on the wrong side, so there won't be any problems here. Place the panel on the console housing and press upwards. The cover will click into place. Do the same with the other side of the panel, putting it against the case and pressing upwards to secure our cover. Now put the stand back in place, fix it by the rail walls, and screw the bolt with the plastic spare. Check that everything is fine. Console is now completely clean. If you do everything right, the console is now completely clean and assembled correctly. And that's it. I hope this video was helpful for you. If you have any additional questions, please ask them in the comments below. Thank you all for your attention and see you in the new videos.